is an Autobot. His function is Autobot Scout. His height is approximately 3.81 meters. Kind of short if you ask me. 3.81 meters. That's over 9 feet tall, that's for sure. One of Optimus Prime's most trusted partners, Autobot Main Warrior. Deep connection with the human beings. Once made a touching friendship with a human girl. Ability, no matter how big the challenge is, he always spares no effort to defeat the enemy without losing a single piece of armor. Right. Mission, Bumblebee deserves everyone's trust and will fight to the end for all of his friends. Bumblebee battles with enthusiasm, driven by his commitment to protect his friends and fight for the greater good of the universe. A trusted Autobot scout, he brings speed and bravery to every battle and every mission. Off the battlefield, Bumblebee is charming, optimistic, and a true adventurer, befriending bots and humans alike, but having fun and cracking jokes doesn't make him any less of a warrior. And Optimus Prime and the Autobots know that they can trust Bumblebee with their lives. So we got additional blade and breastplate replacement parts, pairs with Scourge. Pairs with Scourge. I don't know. I mean, it's like pairs with Scourge. It makes me wonder what this is about. Reenact the classic moments of the movie. So this is the movie Bumblebee. It is part of the classic class for the Blockies. Eyes have lights that can glow. You don't need nippers, although I use them. You don't need a brush for painting, and you don't need glue. There are 79 pieces, and they're all attached to these things right here, which are called spruce, or trees, or whatever you want to call them. I've heard a lot of different names for them. I just call them sprues. And here comes my cat wanting me to let him go outside. I just knew this was going to happen as soon as I got started. He came in, he wanted something to eat, and I'm like, all right, but I'm going to start doing something. All right, so right off the bat, we get stickers, which we won't really use. You can use them, I don't. There's a thing in here that, don't worry, it's just telling you how to replace the battery when that time comes, right? Then there's the directions, which are fairly straightforward, pretty easy to understand. You might need a plate, a little bit. Give me a plate, okay? Can you give me a plate? He's looking at me like, what are you talking about, you crazy cat? I'm not a cat, you're a cat. That's right, yeah, it's right, little bit. Come on, sweetheart. Little bit's over here saying, I want to go outside, but yeah, you should have thought about that when you came inside. You could chill out for a while. Here are the base plates. You just attach them together and then put those stickers on, but I'm not going to. You can't make me. Nope, I'm not going to. All right, we do have several sprues here. We got some pieces that are not on the sprues. I'm going to go ahead and aim this down since you guys might want to see what's going on here. Okay, we got the yellow sprues. Okay, I'm trying to find the nice, there it is. There's usually a little place where you can start peeling it off. There are at least 3 of them actually. So there's the B4, which is interesting because it's Bumblebee. B4 what? B4 5, and then B2. And then there's actually another yellow one I saw at the corner of my eye, and this one right here. So there are your Bs. Here are some more yellow ones, if I can find the ripping point. Oh, this one's sideways. Isn't that special? All right, there's some B3. So we got B2, B3, and B4, and B5. No B1s, evidently. This is something, if you have been building these from the beginning, you know what these are. They're the joints. And this is the F2, which is the very chromatic looking. We also have some of the loose parts that they're too few to actually, make a whole sprue out of. You wouldn't want a whole sprue of something that you're not going to use a lot of. Eh. Okay, come on. Shake, shake, shake. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so from what I can understand, that yellow, or the flame parts, they're probably going to be for the base. You can tell because of the little things on the bottom. So what you do is you just plug them into the base and you put your figure in the middle of it, and he's like, I'm on fire. Yes, you are. So there we go. So I got fire, fire. All right, we got the pull tab so that the light will work every time you jar it. See how it's working? Works out the top too. And then, of course, this is going to go on the top for whenever you put the head on. Pop, pop. We also got this piece, which it said something about Scourge, which I don't know what that's going to be about. I haven't seen a Scourge figure. And we got static making the stupid plastic thing that I just pulled out stick to my fingertips. Can't get it in the trash can because it won't go. This does turn off. There's no on and off switch. You just got to wait it out. And then we got one more set of sprues. Sprickety sprocket. There's a loose thing floating around here. It looks like it's a left hand or something. So I gotta be careful not to let it just fall. All right, this one has the C's. We got C2. We got R2D2. No, we got C1. And we had a peace fall. So not peaceful, just a peace fall that looks like it's his left fist. I see my cat out the corner of my eyes doing this little shaky head thing. And we also have the C3PO. All right, so first off, I'm going to go ahead and pop these things off right here because if you did the blockies back in the day, this was like a year ago, I think, when it got started, wasn't it? Like maybe the Christmas of 2023, maybe? Gosh, it doesn't seem like it's been that long. It does seem like it's been long, but it doesn't at the same time. So just go ahead and pop all these things out because these are going to become our joints. And it's really weird the way I was building it yesterday for the Optimus Prime. It's totally different now. I've only seen 2 of these at the Walmarts I've been to. My Walmart has 0 of these. Well, at this point, I don't care unless I get something I don't have. But we don't really get that much of stuff. We got mostly our base of people to buy things as old people like me. And those people are older than me a little bit. I didn't want to talk to you a little bit. He's like, what? I'm not old. Actually, you're pretty old a little bit. Let's see. He's probably about 8 years old in human years, or Earth rotation years. So what does that make him in cat years? Somebody do the math for me. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put these on. And then they'll probably say, oh, you don't need them for this. All right. It won't take that much to take them back off. All right, so we got the shoulder pads put into place, or the shrug shoulders. Now, the main thing is just make sure you get these matched up, male to female, and make sure that the line goes straight across. I'm getting hungry. I should have eaten lunch. I was going to do Lego at lunchtime, but I was like, no, I'm not ready to go back to that right yet. I want to do Transformers Tuesday. If anybody wants to see me do Lego at lunchtime, let me know. I don't really see if I get much participation in it. All right, so we got the instructions. So the instructions are pretty easy. It shows you can put together any piece you want to. Like if you want to do the right arm first, the left arm first, you want to do the legs first, maybe you want to start from the bottom and work your way up. And this is showing you how to build the base. This is showing you some pretty good artwork right there. It's showing you some artwork of the classic class. This is showing you all the sprues that you should get. If you got one missing, make sure you go, oh no, I got one missing, and then cry about it a little bit. All right, so starting off with, we're going to need some C parts and the shoulders. So actually, you know what? I'm going to build the body first. I'm going to go out of order. Everybody building. I'm going to do some bodybuilding for the first time in my life. No, it's not the first time in my life. I used to be a bodybuilder back in the day. So we're going to need B2. Nope, that's B3. B2. We're going to need 2 parts off of here. And then we're going to need, first off, it says to put the little, oh, well, golly gee. As soon as I put it on there, it says, no, you won't need it. Because look, for the body, it doesn't, it just puts this over it. Seriously? I went through all that for nothing. So we need C29. All right, C2, C19. I see C19. Here it is. So it is kind of like a body cap thing. That's rather strange, indeedy. Alrighty then. All right. So you won't need the shoulders. The one time that I'm like, I'm going to be ahead of the game here. So just put the shoulders somewhere else because these are again shoulder pegs. So we won't be using those. And look what you did a little bit. When I let you in, you let in a bug. You're supposed to kill the bugs. All right. So it shows you that this is the front, and we're going to slide this over it, and we got new, shoulder thingy bobs. I doubt we're going to use these on top of it. Usually when they do this, they don't use extra shrug shoulder things. All right, for this one, we're going to need the F2 and C1. So we have F2 and C3PO. C1. All right, so we need C114, not C14. We're not blowing this thing up. Although somebody left a bomb in the litter box this morning. I blew it up. Yeah, I did. All right. Wait, we put this on, and then we're going to put the C24, which is the chromey looking part. And again, it says you don't need nippers, but I like my parts being nice and smooth when I pop them out. And sometimes you might need to, cut them. And I like using fingernail cutters because, yeah, they're always available. You can always find some. All right, you got 4 points of, well, maybe 3 points, 2 points. So those two other things don't go to anywhere for now. So we got those two. We just go on there. Okay, then we're going to put B23. So I got B5. I got the wrong one altogether. That's fine. Oh no, it's in the world. As we know it, and I feel fine. Here's B2. All right, we need B23 and B24. Those are the pieces we're going to need for the left and the right to go on top of the chrome piece I just put on there. Yeah, I just wanted to get it like 2 points of intersection. It's a lot easier to snip these things off. Okay, so this one goes right here. And see how there's like little things on top? You can get that off your finger most of the time, but just in case, I like fingernail clippers with a file on them. Plus, you can, get out of jail with them. Now, the file right here. Just don't put it in your cake and bake it. All right, so I like to just clean it off with the fingernail. That's what I like about the fingernail clippers. They're nice and cut. Clean. Clean before my Lord. All right, so now we need F22 and F21. So F22 and F21. F22 goes on the right side. It's this piece right here. And F21 is the other piece. Let me go ahead and see if I can just go on the other side. It'd be a lot easier. It's easier if you got bigger fingernail clippers. Just a little FYI there. F22 is this piece that goes on that side. F21 goes on the other side. So left side, since it's already in my hand. Okay, and then F22 goes over here. All right, so see, that's basically making the fender part of his chest. And now on the back, we're going to need B2, 11, and 12. So B2, 11 is this piece, and this is 12. I know you want to go back outside, but you can hang 10 for a few minutes. Just chill out for a few minutes, baby. You've been outside all day, and you were outside all night. He's the only one that stays outside all night. There's some... I know. I don't want to go back out, baby. But you stay right here with me. Just hang 10. You'll be fine. Yes, you will. You'll be fine. All right, so we need C3, 3, and 4. So they're really that different? Didn't think these would be that different. Maybe it's the back of them you have to pay attention to. All right, the 4 goes on the left to the back, right here. They look the same on the back. And they go on these little points right here, and that light's going to keep on coming on. And then the 3, it goes on the right side of the back, right here. So we got the 2 wheels. And then we're going to put B31, B32, B4. Okay, so we got a lot of different things here. So B31. This is B41 and B42. It's like the interior parts of the doors. All right, so again, this is number 2 of B4. Okay, so B42. And that was number what? 1. So they go, okay, I got them in the right hand because this is the right side one. And this is the left side one. they make it as like, bumblebee look. And then let's see, this must be the B3. Yep, B3. We got numbers 1 and 2, and they're in the right place. So this will be the right side, and this will be the left side. Okay, that's number 2. This is number 1. There's nothing else on this one, so I'm going to put it in the recycle bin. Like this. Like this right here. So we got the body, upper torso made. I'm going to try to go for the head next, since we got this little clear piece that's just begging to have something done to it. And then we got, let's see, we're going to need B5. No, we all need some B5, that's for sure. Looks like all the B5 is going to be used. So we got B5 and the F2. We're going to need the F2 piece, which is right here. F2-3, which is that teeny tiny little piece right there. Okay, so first we got to put this on in the right place. So here we go. That's the face. It's got 3 holes. The mouth and the 2 eyes that will be lighting up. And then we're going to have B5-1. This piece go on next. It'll go on the left ear, essentially. And I'm going to clean that off right there with my fingernail. All right, and that means the other piece obviously goes on the other ear. Okay, we're almost done. We got one more piece, and this will be the top of his head. Alrighty. Okay, that goes over in the recycle bin now that we're done with that piece. And I'm just looking at the, finally when you put everything together, and it looks like there's nothing in between, because sometimes you might have to put something like on the common rider figures, you always have to put like their little scarf on their neck before you put it on there, but there's no scarf here, obviously. So it just goes straight onto the body. There we go. Now let's go ahead and I'll give you an idea what it looks like when he lights up. See, there's his eyes. The mouth should have some kind of lit up ability. Oh well, I guess the mouth is opaque more. All right, now I'm going to go for the right arm since it's right there. Or you know what? Maybe I should go with the left arm, but nah, the right arm's right there. I'm going to go with it. Okay, so C2, C1. We're going to need C1, one of the parts. We're going to need a shoulder piece. So out of this one, we're going to need a number 7. So it's going to be that piece right there, which is very familiar to those of us who have been building these for years. Gosh, has it been about a year now? All right, and then for C2, we're going to need C2-6, which is this piece right here. And this one goes on top of this, so it's a shoulder pad basically. And then we're going to add to this B2-2. B2-2 right here. Whoa, I was going to fling it across the room. All right, I definitely want to clean up those little nips right there. That's why it's nice to have like this little thing on the bottom of it, you know, for the cleaning it up. Okay. All right, now we got to use one of these pieces and need to clean these up sometimes because they're a little rough. All right, like this. This is my orientation right here. I'm just going to go ahead and follow their pattern, even though I don't like that side out. All right. And we're going to build the lower part of the arm, which is going to be C2-1. C2-1. which is this piece right here. This piece. And it's going to be B25, which is this piece right here. There's usually 3 points of like, 3 points, and you have to cut out one to get the other one to rotate around. I like to do that at least. Okay, so it goes like this, with the little vent part being at the top. All right, I like to go ahead and put the arm on. Yeah, I know. You're going to hang 10, baby. You're going to have to wait a little bit. All right, there's actually two hands, so you could either use the open hand or the closed hand. B29, B29. Is there two B29s, or you're going to have to make your decision every time and keep changing that piece? I hate when they do that. I wish they'd just go ahead and make it where you can frame both hands completely closed. Nope, there's only one piece, so you're going to have to either choose one or the other, or just, I like the horse. Me, personally, I like the fist with the hole in it, so you can put a weapon in it. All right, so we got this piece, B29, and we're going to need, for this one, C25. I don't want C11 because it's an open hand, but I can always cut it out while I'm doing this. C2, okay, I got C1. No, wait, hold on. Oh, it says C25. Here it is. C25 is the fifth. C111 is what the other one is. So you got to put this on here, and which way is this going to go? It's like this. Let me look at it. Yep, it's like this. All right, so that's the fist, and I like that one better. All right, so that means I need to get the other piece and just get it out so I won't be distracted by it. C2, there it is. Well, both hands are like that. So I guess either way, if you want to have the little fingers and everything open, which I don't, you can have them ready. I'm just going to put them out of the way. So as I get down the line, I can start popping things away. All right, there's also the weapon hand, which you use some of the pieces to. It looks like the same. C1, and pay attention to the positions of the sprockets, or the sockets. So we need C1, like this, and 12 and 13, which is these two pieces, which are these two pieces, and okay, so there's like a D. It's not a circle, it's a D. All right, and then it says B213, which I'm thinking that's the piece I just put on there, maybe. Nope, B213 is this piece. It's very familiar, it's very much like it. I guess it mimics it, so whenever you turn his hand into a gun. All right, so if you want to use the Mega Man type of gun instead, you can always pop this on there instead. I personally don't care about that as much. Maybe down the road I might care about it, but not right now. All right, this is ready to go on here. Like that, voila. All right, and we got the body done. We got all the right side done, so let's go to the left side. Oh, let's go ahead and build his crotch since we're here. Okay, we got the front plate and the back plate. I'm trying to see if there's a hole right there, so I wonder if it's for something else. So the 5 and the 6 for C1. And it goes around C23 PO, which is this piece right here. And let's see, is there any front and back? Nope, they're universal just like they've always been. So we got this in the front. And where did the back piece go? I had it 5 seconds ago. Oh, it's right there. It's just hiding. Actually, this is the front because it's got the indented piece. And yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and put that on. It's looking pretty good so far. How you guys liking that? The cat's not liking it. He's wanting to go. All right, the left arm, and we're going to use the same pieces basically as we did before. We put the wheels out of here because we're not going to use them for a while. We're going to use this piece. That would be B21, and it's going to go on the shoulder pad when I get the C1-8, and we're going to need C27, which is this piece right here. There's only two other pieces on here. We're going to use that piece in a few seconds, so we might as well pop that off. And there is an axe here, which, I mean, that's pretty easy to identify, so I'm going to take all that off and get rid of that sprue. One less sprue in my way. All right, there's the piece. We need the shoulder piece, which is pretty obvious. All right, so here we go. We got this piece right here. We're going to stick it on this piece. Then we're going to put this on top of it. All right. Then we got to use a piece right here for the elbows. And then we're going to pop it into here. And we got one more piece to go onto the side before we make the fist. And it's going to be, we're going to need this for the fist. It's the B210. And here it is. I need this piece right here. Okay, that's the top part. And then the fist was already popped out when I got mine out. Which is good because that's my favorite. I'd rather do fist than hands, open hands. There we go. So it's very similar to the original ones, except, of course, the fists weren't two pieces. It was just either one piece for the open hand or one piece for the fist hand. All right, there's what we got so far. How's it looking for you guys? All right, we got that. And now let's go for the legs. Yeah, I didn't have any legs on this side, so I guess it's not like right one side, left other side. Just got L leg and R leg. So for L leg, we got a lot of pieces here to deal with. We got F27 to F29. That's definitely not F2 anything. F27 to F29. Okay, we got that closed. Now we're going to, oh crap. Huh. Wait a minute. I'm beginning to think like maybe the legs weren't supposed to go together like I'm supposed to right here, but it looks like it's just going to use an altogether different point anyway, so these may just be left over. All right, let's just see. All right, it says B12 to C13. Get this out of the way. This is very distracting. All right, so C13 is this one. And then we have, let's see, B12. Was that shorter one the B1? Because I'm sitting here thinking that is definitely, it definitely looks like it. It's like the first time in my life we've ever not put these together. And I just jumped right in like da-da-da-da-da. So I'm going to actually separate these now. Great. I've never had that happen before. You've always just put them together. So just be warned, if you're so used to just jumping in and doing this, don't do it. Probably push on this side and get it to come out. Oy vey, how am I going to get this out? Okay, I got it separated enough where I could probably get my fingernail under there. Nope, it went right back to it. All right, I might have to implore some other way of getting it off of there, which might require me to have to maybe get offline. Let me see. Let me see if I can do something else. I'm trying to separate them. So don't do this like I did. Don't do what I did. Oh, crap. Okay, I might have to take this somewhere else and push this down on something it's sticking up. I don't have anything in here I can see that I can push this down on. So I might be at an impasse for now. Hold on. There we go. This would work. Aha. So we got this right here to work for me. I've never had that happen before. You always have the opportunity to just do it. All right, let me double check this. So that piece that always goes together, for the one time it doesn't, this is it. So you got an extra one of these left over for, it's kind of useless. All right, we got this. And let's see. This way, this is the orientation. And that means this is where this goes to the front. Like this. All right, so B216. It's right here. Goes on the top right here. They should have had a warning at the beginning, like, don't put these together like you're used to. We're going to need C2-1 and B4 3. Like this. I'm going to put these on now, which is weird. I figured we'd fill out the leg a little bit more first, but all right, so we got it like this before we move on. So actually now we're going to put the wheels from C3PO, C3P1. All right, so right there. This goes on the there was another piece to put on. I know you want to go outside. All right, so we need B214 first. Every time I open that door, a cat goes in or a cat goes out. It's my day. All right, is this way it goes? Hold on. Is it a free floating piece? Because, okay, hold on. It does show you to put it on there first, like this way. Oh, it's got little divots right there. That's really strange. Okay, I've never seen anything like that before. Okay, now that it's on, we can guide a place to put the wheel. So the wheel goes there. On the other side, F25, that's the silver one. It looks white on there, but it's silver. F25, it's this thing right here. It's a flying saucer. It's the cat from outer space. Not you. You know, a little bit does look like the cat from outer space, a little bit. Wasn't he a gray tab? Is she a gray tabby? I can't remember if it was a he or she now. I want to say it was a he, but he was wearing such a pretty diamond necklace that allowed him to communicate with humans. All right, so we got B27. Now I'm going to have to go watch that movie. Now I got too much to do. I just took a little break, and the camera would not unload while it goes. I was like, dang it. I hate when it does that. It's like, then it won't show up on the computer. I'm going to have to reboot the whole thing again. Ugh. I know, life is just rough when you got all the technology in the world. All right, hold on. There. Okay, it went on. I was afraid I was going to have some troubles. All right, so we're done with that piece, and this is the left leg. And here we go. I wonder how big he's going to be compared to Optimus. Got Optimus right here, and of course some other things. Oh, and I got the other Bumblebee from the movie. I'll compare them at the end. Distractions. Okay, we know that's going to be the last wheel to use. I'm just clearing out things as I go. We know this is going to be the last disc to use. So I might as well just go and put it right here. Oh, I'm going to have to use that thing I just put over here. So I need that to get the thing off. All these little fine points, but only one. And 2 pieces here we're going to need. Okay. So we're going to put these 2 pieces together for the right leg. All right, here's where I got to fix this thing. Let's see, this piece goes up. So I'm going to push down. This is like a pop-o-matic bubble, so you can put it over here and do it. Table's a little bit harder. In case you're not seeing what I'm doing is I'm using the little prongs right here, the little pop-up pieces that separate the sprues when you get them off the press, I guess. Like people who do plastic printing, I guess you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't. I'm just, system injection is a little different, I guess. I don't know. I've never printed anything on a 3D printer. I am not that rich, that's for sure. And it's not just having a 3D printer, which is pretty expensive. It's also actually maintaining it. I mean, that's like, you know, I don't need to get ink for an ink printer. It's too expensive. As little as I print things, it would dry out between each time I do something printed. Son of a biscuit. All right, hold up. Okay, I'm pushing down the wrong part. Okay, so it's that piece goes right there. There we go. All right, you guys separate off that part. So just don't put them together like I did, like a dingleberry that I am. All right. So when you get this piece right here, you got the feet. I don't think that piece is being used then. You know, on my Gundam kits, they tell you which. Oh, you know what? They did say something on the box about extra pieces being used for something for Scourge. So that's one of the pieces made for Scourge, I guess. That and that. That means that sprue is empty. All right, we got this piece going on right here. All right, this is the right leg. So we got the pop, 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 pop. On that side, we're going to need to put B-217 bomber. Did anybody else have that game for the IntelliVoice in television? B-17 bomber. I didn't play it that much. I like the one is the code, figure out the code, and Space Spartans was my two favorites. Hello, Commander, computer reporting. I always love that. I always felt like I was on the Star Trek or something when I was a kid. I guess back then I was more like Battlestar Galactica. That's what it felt like. Oh, the good old Battlestar Galactica. All right, so we got all the pieces here. We just got to assemble them. We got to build it. We make it stronger and better. All right, we got this piece going on here, the foot. We got this piece actually going on here. And this is the front. Like that. Oops, there we go. So this piece could come loose. So, I mean, if you give this to one of your kids, I think this is for ages 14 plus, which makes more sense. I mean, that would be a good age to start, you know, this kind of model. This is a bit more advanced than the other ones, which I enjoy. I enjoy this too. I'm just saying, like, it's more advanced. So if you want to give it to your kids, that's up to you. You know your kids better than I do, or your grandchildren. I'm saying I only have nieces and nephews to. I realized that they couldn't do something I thought they could. And I was like, well, I guess I'll never get them one of those again. All right, so we got this all built up. Now there is something it says right here to do for, in case you want to like show Scourge. Now Scourge's kit I didn't get. So you could take off that piece, put on the axe like you got the axe going through him. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't like to have battle destroy things. I didn't hear it pop on this leg, so this leg is a little bit scary to me right now. It's working though, so. All right, so here is Bumblebee, and here is Optimus, and he is a slight bit shorter than Optimus. And here's Bumblebee with Bumblebee from the movie 1, Transformers 1, I think is what it was called. Different proportions, but the same height overall. Yeah. Okay, sorry. It's like when I don't eat, I get sleepy. All right, let me double check this one more time. He's a little bit taller, just a tad bit. All right, so we got a floating joint that I don't normally see on anything else. And I put the wheels on backwards. Heck nabbit. I was like, something's not right here. It ain't right. Okay, so I put the wheels on the wrong side. So the wheels go on the outside. Up, and the ankle came loose, so you got to be careful about that. And the metal disc ankles go on the inside. All right, there we go. Now it looks right. All right, so what do you guys think? It was only $10, which is dirt cheap for a kit, to be honest with you. I buy Gundam kits; they're twice this price. And okay, let me reiterate this. This is very similar to the Gundam kits you can get for about $12.99 at Hobby Lobby that are entry grade. Those kits are fairly easy to put together, a little bit easier than this probably. It's about comparable, I think. And they're probably about a little bit taller. I think they're more like 7. Oh gosh, now I'm gonna have to wonder. I definitely want to do a video of those. I got one I just bought for $4 at Target at my mom's. I was like, $4? I need to come here more often. And it's not worth the gas to drive it there. So this alternate plate right here and this alternate blade and the alternate axe thing, actually, I thought it was a weapon for him. I thought we are gonna end up putting on his hand. These are pieces in case you want to make the scene where he's got hit and being stabbed through. I have no desire to make that scene. Also, if you want to put the other arm on him to make him look like he's got a weapon for a hand, I kind of like that idea now because he doesn't have his own weapon. He's got the Mega Man hand. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I leave that hand on? Yeah, see, it's not hard to take off. But yeah, I kind of dig that better. I didn't dig Optimus Prime's as much. Let's see. Here's Optimus Prime from yesterday. His hand was right there. So here's the alternate hand for him. And you got to take the... I guess the reason is you got to take more off for him. And I'm like, nah, I'm not really digging that. I don't want to take it off here because this should plug in and stay plugged in nice and tight. So once again, the height comparison, he is taller. That should be. Oh, and then the lights. Let's see what it looks like now with the light cut off. Ready? And, oh, there we go. So he's got a little bit of light in the chest and the light piping in the eyes. And it'll go off by itself. It's just where it jars. You have to jar it to get it to come on because there's not an on and off switch. It'd be nice if you had like a pop on the head to turn on and off. But then people would probably turn on and forget to turn it off and the battery be dead and be like, oh, it's no more fun. All right. All right, so yeah, I'm really glad to find these two. If there are more, please let me know because we don't get crap at my Walmart. I had to go out of town to go to a good Walmart. Not even the ones here in North Myrtle Beach are any better, to be honest with you. They got maybe a smidgen better of stuff. I think I got my turtles there, the ones that are really good and articulated, and I haven't seen them since. I saw them one time, got Leonardo, and then they were gone. And you are gone, gloom, despair. All right, so there we go. Now the rest of this stuff, what do you do with it? You put it in a baggie so you won't lose it. Here's a baggie. I like to get the snack size baggies. And even the pieces that you will never use, like his shoulder joints, you might have a project down the road where you might need hands. I was watching somebody fix a Super Joe that he had to restrung from back in the 70s. Remember those? And for some weird reason, if you ever want to make him have his chest stabbed through, I guess, whatever, just put those pieces in there. You always get an extra one of these. And then these pieces, I don't know what they're for. I've never figured that out. Let's put all that stuff into the baggies. The only piece I had extra for Optimus was this one, really, and his stand. So, I don't know. If you want to put the stand in there and the stickers, that's up to you. I want to put the instructions in there in case you need the instructions. These instructions won't fit in there, but, you know, you can get a different size bag if you really want to keep all of it together like that. Like you can fold this over. Since I personally don't care about the stickers on the stand, I think over time it would be more irritating to me personally. I'm going to put that in there just in case for some weird reason I want to one day down the road. Let me put it inside. Here. Replace the battery. All right, so here's the stand, and it's 2 parts, and you can put them together and spread it out a little bit. You know, you put the fire over here, and et cetera, wherever you want to put it. You can put them on there if you want to, but golly, they stand on their own. So, but if you live in a area where you need stands, like you know, California, here you go. You got a stand that you can stand on pretty well, and you can put both feet on there. I just kind of threw one on there. And if you like that fire, I don't know why there's fire. Did you walk through fire in the movie? I missed that part. I think when they first crash landed, they were walking through fires. They, walked out of the hole in the ground that they made. Because everybody thought it was a comet or something, or falling stars. So you can put the stands in there, and you can keep everything together. Organization is the key to life. Not the tree of life. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. A terrific Tuesday. It is Transformers Tuesday. Go out there and enjoy today.